Hello, Erongo Talkers. Adam Hartman here in Walvis Bay at the Cornerstone Bookshop, which sells Christian literature. There's a coffee shop here as well. I'm sure they play some good Christian music. It's a place to get close to God and to be in fellowship with other believers, and maybe for non-believers to come and reach out to them. So, yeah, it's an opportunity. So anyway, we'll be bringing you the news, weather, the tides, and we'll also be speaking to Rohan Louw of Rented Drum Swakopmund facility, and he's going to be telling us about what they do, their recycling works, their sorting plant, and so forth. And so we've got a good interview there, so stay tuned. Now for our first story. Alpha Namibia Industries Renewable Power Limited, ANIREP, is keen to reduce Namibia's heavy dependence on imported power by boosting local production. These sentiments were shared by the firm's board chairperson Makangari and managing director Iyalu Yanangolo in their 2021 annual report. In less than 2 years since being listed on the Namibian Stock Exchange, ANIREP has already acquired 10.73 megawatt power solar energy and is currently developing an EPC and OM for another 20 megawatt power of renewable power. Yanongolo noted that ANIREP will keep developing and acquiring stakes in operating renewable energy infrastructure assets with visible, sustainable long-term cash flows which can be paid to investors as dividends. These operating assets serve as a platform for ANIREP to ramp up generating capacity by expanding the installed capacity or by directly investing in other infrastructural renewable energy projects, providing equity funding to developers and projects. And now, global air transport is on course to return to profit after 2 pandemic-battered years, but the war in Ukraine and the cost of living crisis lurk as threats, the industry's world body said on Monday. Renewed profitability appears within reach in 2023, the International Air Transport Association said, predicting a rebound in passenger levels to 83% of pre-pandemic levels this year. Industry losses are expected to drop by $9.7 billion in 2022, a huge improvement from the $137.7 billion in 2020 and the $42.1 billion in 2021. The association said in an upgraded industry outlook at its annual general meeting in Doha. Airlines are resilient, people are flying in ever greater numbers, and cargo is performing well against the backdrop of growing economic uncertainty, the association director, General Willie Walsh, said. The air industry was sent reeling by the pandemic, with passenger numbers plunging 60% in 2020 and remaining 50% down in 2021. Airlines lost nearly $200 billion over 2 years. While some firms in the sector went bankrupt, others, often those backed by states, have emerged with profits intact. More than 1,200 aircraft are expected to be delivered in 2022, while cargo volume should reach a record of 68.4 million tons despite economic challenges. Strong pent-up demand, the lifting of travel restrictions in most markets, low unemployment in most countries, and expanded personnel savings are fueling a resurgence in demand that will see passengers numbers reach 83% of pre-pandemic levels in 2022, the association said. Now for our last story. Kasi Vibe Namibia invites SMEs and startups that offer services or products to apply for exhibition stalls at their upcoming event. The platform is great for marketing, and the organizers encourage interested parties to apply for the exhibition platforms. Applications are available via www.kasivibe.com.na, and the due date for applications is 25 June 2022. While for the majority of services and products businesses there is no application fee, there are certain applications that require a $50 fee, such as beverage and food stalls. Kasi Vibe Namibia wants to provide an opportunity for local entrepreneurs to meet, demonstrate and share their talents, goods, services and products in a bid to promote SME development in Namibia. For the next event, they are also involving the kidpreneurs and teenagers, since on 30 July there will be a Kasi Vibe Future Corner where children under the age of 17 can exhibit their ideas and businesses for free. They just need to reach out to the organizers before 28 June 2022. The next festival is scheduled for 28 to 31 July in Windhoek.
Africa Good Morning is a current affairs program that brings you the latest from Southern Africa and beyond. News, economics, sport, weather, interviews, and so much more. For any advertising or news-related queries, contact agm@synergy.com.na. Africa Good Morning, bringing Africa to you.
This is Adam Hartman here for Erongo Talk, our business section. As you can see behind me, we are at Rent a Drum at Swakopmund, and this facility is a recycling plant where they sort recyclable materials, and then they package it and send it down to South Africa, where it is then recycled and made reusable. And then a lot of companies then buy the products back, and they can use it, not just saving rubbish dump space, but also making sure that the environment stays clean. Anyway, Erongo Talk has met with the coastal manager for Rent a Drum, Rohan Louw, and speaks to him about the company and what they do. And maybe we can also have a look at how their material recovery facility works that was commissioned 2019, in which it cost about $2 million, and it's basically doubled the recovery rate from 100 tons to over 200 tons a month, which is quite remarkable. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. Good morning, we are here with Rohan Louw.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Of Rent a Drum, coastal manager for the company, national company. Rohan, thanks for joining us. Tell us a bit about Rent a Drum.
Rent a Drum was established in 1989, so we are 33 years old now. Rent a Drum has a vision of zero waste to landfill space. So we try everything to divert waste from the landfill and come up with new initiatives and ideas to keep our country clean and to save landfill space at the end of the day. We started recycling in 2010 when we erected the first material recovery facility in Namibia in Vintage. Since then, we saved about 76,000 square meters of landfill airspace annually.
Wow.
So that basically gives you, and we saved 180,000 trees through our recycling of paper.
Wow.
You just can look at it as a perspective.
Interesting.
That's now per year.
Yeah.
Also, we can light up plus minus 6,200 light bulbs
Yeah.
through the recycling of our cans. And we're currently recycling an average of 17,000 tons per year.
Wow.
This is now for the total of Namibia. We like to be a one-stop shop. We do everything from medical waste, hazardous waste, normal waste, bioremediation. There's nothing that we don't do.
In Swakopmund, you've got a plant, you've got a material recovery facility. Tell us a bit more.
Yes, we erected this material recovery facility in 2019, and but we started with recycling in 2015 in Swakopmund.
Okay.
Yeah, together with the municipality, we have a partnership where the municipality provides orange bins to the household, where we collect it on the same days as the normal waste collecting. So we collect household recyclables. Swakopmund at this stage, we recycle an average of 204 tons per month.
Oh wow.
Where the households contribute 70 tons to this, where the other is from the local businesses where we collect, and also have people on site at some companies where we assist with the sorting process on site. We have two trucks collecting only household recyclables, where they dump the mixed recyclables at the feeder conveyor belt. It goes up the material recovery facility where we sort 22 different commodities. After it's being sorted, it goes out, and then it's being baled, and where it's then after that dispatched and sent to South Africa for the recycling process.
You say different commodities. All I know is paper, cans, glass,
Yes,
and plastic.
people know you get your 4 different commodities, but just under plastic there's many different types of commodities.
But residents don't have to overthink that. They just need to stick with the 4 basics. I
Yes,
guess.
don't overthink it. Just you just throw your recyclables in your orange bin, and your food waste and nappies in the black bin.
Yeah.
Our first refuse-derived fuel plant in Namibia we launched in 15 March 2017.
Oh.
Where we recycle about 12,000 tons annually. Now, RDF is a refuse-derived fuel, so all the commodities that isn't recyclables, like that grocery carry bag, there's a lot of other stuff as well, like yogurt cups and a lot of stuff that we couldn't take through our 22 different commodities that still ended up at the landfill because there's no market for it. We now use as a refuse-derived fuel, which goes to our plant where it's like baking a cake to get the correct calorific value. Then it's being sent to Erongo Cement, where they use it as an alternative fuel, much more environmental friendly than using coal.
Wow. Just a technical question. You've got the sorting facility. You've got a energy generation facility. But recycle plants in Namibia, we don't really have, do we?
Not the recycling process as a commodity, because it won't be feasible. We don't have enough. That's why every different commodity goes to a specific plant just recycling that specific commodity.
Okay.
Yeah, so we provide it to that market. It's really market orientated. So yeah, we give it to South Africa. And yeah, it's been recycled.
The biggest challenge that Rented Drum, your facility faces, what is that?
Well, the biggest problem in Namibia, if we can focus on the recycling side, is because recycling we collect for free. You sort it, recycle, we collect for free from households, from businesses. It's only our other services like medical waste, hazardous waste, refuge removal that we charge a fee. So the challenge is because we need a lot more commodities for recyclables, we need more volume. It's a volume-driven business for recycling. The challenge is in Namibia is the distances between towns and to getting it from one place to another. That's why it needs volume, and that's why it failed to get that 35 tons on an interlink truck. And then also, yeah, the distance, and with the fuel prices going up, that is our biggest thing. Let's work together to divert all recyclables from the landfill space to our material recovery facility, and yes, for our future generations.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Business Tips with Annalie. Well, today I'll be sharing the business model canvas with you because a lot of entrepreneurs find it very difficult to write their business plan, especially when you have to think of that thick document. So today I'll be sharing the business model canvas with you guys because it's your business on just one page. The first thing that we'll be looking at is the value proposition. This is why do you exist? What are you going to be doing different from what the competitors are already doing within the same industry that you're trying to get into? The second thing is the customer segments. You need to understand who your customer is. You need to have your customer persona. You need to understand, is it a female? Is it a male that I'm targeting? Is it a working mom? Is it a single mom? So you really need to understand who your clients are going to be. The channels, how are you going to reach your clients? If it's through social media, is it through walk-in clients? But now with COVID-19, obviously we're trying to avoid having personal contact. So you also have to consider transitioning your company or your services to online platforms. Customer relationships. It is also very important that you retain your customers. Well and good, we all want to have new customers on board, but it is equally important to keep our existing customers very happy. Revenue streams. How are we going to be making money? Is it services that we're providing? Is it products that we're selling? It is also very important that we understand this. And the key resources. What are the key resources that you need in order to perform your transactions, in order to give this service to your people? What are the resources that you really need? The products that you need. Do you need to have a place where you're renting? What are all the equipments that you'll need? These are things that you need to consider. And of course, partners. You'll need to understand whether you're going to run solo or are you going to go into partnership with another company that is in the same industry. So this is something that you also need to consider. And of course, the key activities. What is it that you will be doing? And the cost structure. You'll need to understand your finances well, and especially if you come to a point where you have to pitch your business to an investor, it is very important that you understand the financial part of things. Well, on that note, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next week again.
And now for your weather. Sunset at the coast will be at 26 minutes past 6 on Wednesday, and sunrise will be at 42 minutes past 7 on Thursday. Walvis Bay will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 18 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. A 17 knot south wind will prevail. Swakopmund will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 18 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. A 17 knot south wind will prevail. Walvis Bay will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 17 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. A 15 knot south-southeasterly wind will prevail. Arandis will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 21 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius. A 13 knot southeast wind will prevail. Usakos will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 22 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. A 9 knot southeast wind will prevail. Karibib will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 21 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. A 7 knot north-northwesterly wind will prevail. Omaruru will have a maximum degrees Celsius of 22 on Wednesday, and for Thursday a minimum of 0 and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. A 7 knot south-southeasterly wind will prevail. And that concludes your weather.
Platz am Meer is a landmark on the coastline of Namibia, a home to quality shops and quality restaurants, a select variety of fashion and food retailers, as well as banks, not to mention the pier with 36 luxury apartments and entertainment for the whole family. Find us at corner of Tabarite and Albatross Street, Vineta North, Swakopmund. Call us on 064 462 242. Visit platzammeer.com.na or at Platz am Meer on Facebook. Platz am Meer, enhancing your coastal experience.
That brings us to the end of our show. We thank you for joining us and wishing you a wonderful day further. If you want to follow the rest of our news, you can go to our website at www.erongo.com.na. We also post our news on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter platforms, as well as broadcast it on oneup2.com, GoTV, and NTV, which is on DSTV. So go to those channels and check us out. And if you have your news, if you've got news to share with us, please email to the below address, or you can send us a message or contact us on the below number. So this is not the end. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.